Packers.
Mason Crosby, the kickoff for Green Bay.
The veteran kicker Mason Crosby set to do the honors here. And off we go from Cleveland. Here's Jarvis Landry now on the return.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
First carry for Nick Chubb. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him a first down.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
They run. Chubb. Nice move at the 40. And some room to run now. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. Well, I tell you what, when you get a running back who can move like that in the open field, that's something to take advantage of, and they certainly did there.
And there's an old chestnut of an expression called getting on your horse. And I hate to use it, but I'm going to right here because it absolutely applies. How about the head of steam he had behind him? And he was absolutely galloping downfield. That was something to see.
And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, 45 yards. And the Browns have taken the early lead. It's up and through to make it 7-0 Browns.
Makes the score Browns 7, Packers nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And here's Lewis. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the pack up 1st and 10 at the 20. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. B.J. Goodson there on the tackle.
2nd and 10.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the tuck rule that they can fall back on anymore.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. Looking deep for Adams. And it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well, and they took the shot downfield. They were more than prepared for that one.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. On the ground, it's Chubb. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. Escaping the pressure right. He'll try and run it. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now.
And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Mayfield finding Odell Beckham with a touchdown pass. And the Browns add 6 to their lead. That's why you've got your star out there. Throw the ball to him. They did.
That's simply saying we don't care what coverage you put out there. He's so good. We're going there with the football anyway, and there's not a thing you can do about it.
Inside the red zone, they go to him. He gets it done. And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taking it about the 1. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're down 15-0 here already, needing to jumpstart this offense. 1st and 10. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
B.J. Goodson made the tackle.
Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. And not too much going there as he'll get it up to the 23-yard line. A minimal gain as we tick down inside of a minute remaining in the opening quarter. Throwing is Rodgers. And Adams has it, complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards to play.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Jones. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
And it's 3rd down.
15-0 our score. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
Packers nothing.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
From a defensive perspective, they had exactly what you want anytime they want to throw the football. There was pressure on the quarterback. They were getting after him, and they tightened down on the receivers and forced the incompletion.
Here we go on 4th down with Rodgers. Able to find Lazard. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 21 yards there. A big play on 4th down.
Well, these guys have definitely been outplayed in the first half. I like their countenance. I like the way that they're having panicked out there, the way they're carrying themselves. They're starting to move the ball, and what you have to do, maintain your poise and start to put together some drives.
Rodgers will try again on 2nd down. He sets up the screen to Jones. And they move this all the way down to the 9. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And we talk so much from a defensive perspective about scheming and finding ways to take away the run. That means the offense has to devise different ways to get the ball in the hands of their guy out of the backfield. Find open space, let him run, and big things can happen, and they did right there.
And if you look at the next-gen stats, you'll see that he topped out at an even 21 miles an hour. So now Rodgers will lead the Packers up to go for 2. They're going to keep it on the ground. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. And he is going to be stopped short of the goal line. Oh, they'll mark him inside the 1. He just couldn't keep churning those extra few inches, and the two-point attempt is turned aside.
Mason Crosby to kick off for Green Bay.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
A run there on first down gets 3 up to the 28. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
27-yard line.
Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Mayfield with the give to Nick Chubb. The tackle made by Kevin King.
They go play action. Mayfield. Flush to his right. He may try and run for this. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there.
And defensively, they had an extra defensive back on the field, their nickel package, and it made a difference. All the receivers were blanketed, so he tried to run for it, but he came up just a bit short.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Now, meanwhile, they go for it on 4th down, and my goodness, incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Packers are going to get the football back in excellent field position. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, a give to Jones. And a short gain down to about the 33. Tackle made there by Myles Garrett. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Working from the gun. Rodgers gets this to his running back, Aaron Jones. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 11 yards there. 1st down. Shotgun now for Rodgers. And it's caught. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. It's Devontae Adams hauling it in from Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers have cut it back within a score. Here comes Rodgers now as he'll go for the 2-point conversion. They're going to run for it with Jones. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. So now, Charles, 2 touchdowns, 2 tries at 2-point conversions, and both fail.
And you want to say, let's go ahead and run the kicker out there from now on. But the problem is you're chasing points at this stage. So now you've got to dial up more 2-point conversions and hope you're successful from here on out.
Yeah, 2nd quarter onside kick there that failed. Is that something that maybe they had dialed up before this game started?
It feels like it, doesn't it? That they thought they had the right situation, you know, and the right approach in going after it. Also may signal that they feel like they have the superior team, that they can try these sorts of things and it won't come back and hurt them later.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 14 yards, and it's a Cleveland 1st down. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll pay a visit to Jonathan Coachman. He's in Orlando, and he'll have our EA Sports halftime report. Chubb. Chubb will have the 1st down and much more.
You know what? Why don't you just start
all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Browns are going to tack on to their advantage.
Well, partner, that was another explosive run, and one thing I've learned in our time in this game, yes, the offensive line has to get a lot of credit, but for big runs to occur, the wide receivers have to block well downfield.
And then you have to have a good guy carrying the ball too, right?
Oh, without a doubt. You need that difference maker lugging the rock.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This will make it into the end zone. And he'll get to the 30-yard line before going out of bounds.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Rodgers now on first down. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. A completion, yes, but certainly not what they wanted. A loss of a full 6 yards. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a second and long. Now a man open down the middle of the field. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Alan Lazard, 76 yards. And the Packers are able to strike quickly for 6. So now Rodgers will lead the Packers up to go for 2. To throw is Rodgers. And this one is caught. So they come up with a 2-point conversion, and that makes this a 1-point game now.
Packers 20. Mason Crosby to kick off for Green Bay.
Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And he's going to be taken down inside the 10 at about the 8-yard line.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
A first down throw for Mayfield. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Landry. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Brings up second and a yard at the 17-yard line.
From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off at the 20 and into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. Charles, I'm looking at you, and understandably, your mouth is wide open in disbelief. What were they thinking?
That's going to be one of the great mysteries, but I do know this. When they went out on offense, I will guarantee they told them, don't just make anticipatory throws. Make sure you see it before you throw it. Didn't happen here.
Trying to protect that lead, and now they gave it up. And he'll get into the end zone as the 2-point conversion is successful.
Mason Crosby to kick off for Green Bay.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. JoJo Natson now on the return. And he's only going to get this to the 4-yard line.
Well, not exactly a banner return, so he doesn't give his offense a whole lot of room to work with. They've got to go a long way now to try and score some points. I do know this from experience. There will be a few comments muttered his way by the offense as they head out on the field.
They begin this drive with Chubb. Trying to escape the shadow of their goalpost. That helped. 10 yards, first down. Now a timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's first and 10. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And he's got his man on the out route. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. From the gun, Mayfield. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. He was trying to go back to Beckham there. And it's 3rd and short.
But one thing's for sure, when you get a big receiver, and you trust him downfield, you're going to give him opportunities to go up and get that 50-50 ball.
And he is a darn good big receiver. Unfortunately, that time didn't work out. Nice job defensively. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Mayfield on first down. Oh, he'll let one go deep for Higgins. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Will Redmond. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. It's been a shootout so far. We'll see which defense can make the adjustments as we get back underway in the second half. He's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators, they sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I'll guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, Coach, we can get it. And that came together, that sense of urgency you talked about.
Looking deep for Adams. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Browns drive about to get started. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going, so what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Now the second down throw on target, and able to get it here to about the 16-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. 3rd and short yardage, Mayfield, and he rifles it complete, caught by Landry. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they convert on 3rd and 3 with a nice gain of 7 yards. On 1st and 10, Mayfield, he'll let it go deep for Beckham. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. A big play that time for Cleveland. 46 yards. And you need a big play? Go to your big play guy.
Listen, that's football 101. When you have to have it, you expect that guy to step up. A lot of people call these receivers divas. Sometimes just leadership when they get in the huddle and say, get me the ball. I'm about to make a big play.
28-yard line.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Mayfield going right back to Beckham here, complete. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. He's got it. This thing's turning a bit wild here. We're tied at 28.
We'll tie the game, 28-all.
So right back to square one, tied at 28 as he kicks it away. And this carries into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
Well, conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the green light, red light theory. Green light means go, red light means stop. Looks like he had green on that play.
And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, and It's a sack. The D-tackle Sheldon Richardson came barreling in for the sack.
I think most quarterbacks would love to have the goal line actually extend up into the air and turn into a wall, and they can put their back against it and know exactly where they are on the field so they don't end up in the end zone. Didn't do it on that play, but perilously close to the goal line.
And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A real letdown defensively. That was third and a bundle, but they allow the conversion. And Rodgers intercepted a third time. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown.
Well, it certainly looked to me like he tapped into the quarterback's thought process there. And what I'm hearing more and more when I go around the league, defenders sitting in on quarterback meetings trying to learn more about how they think so they can be in the right position, to be in the right spot, as he was there to pick that one off and take it all the way back for a touchdown.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he will be brought out here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
First and 10 at their own 17-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And they gave up the pick six. And now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those...
And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today. Picked up by Denzel Ward, and his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their own 44. He'll start things off with a handoff to Chubb. And this will be taken across midfield and into Green Bay territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
On the pickup brings up 2nd and 2.
And again, it's Chubb. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's the Browns football, and they've got the lead here as we start quarter number 4. From the gun, it's a give to Chubb. They'll get only a couple down to the 44.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Number 6, Baker Mayfield on the keeper. Tackle made at the 38-yard line.
The Browns on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They give the Chubb out of the gun. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
They failed once in this spot earlier, but the offense will stay out to go for it on 4th down. Here's Mayfield. And no, it's incomplete. The Browns unable to move the chains on 4th down. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And can they take advantage? Their defense got the 4th down stop, and now they're hoping to find the end zone. A field goal wouldn't be enough to erase this 4th quarter deficit. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35.
And and a Packer first down.
On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Man open, that's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 13 yards, first down, Packers.
First down, Packers.
This is caught, and he's going to take it in. Touchdown, Packers. It's Devontae Adams hauling it in from Aaron Rodgers. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, one by land, two by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you put that in your podcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Mayfield to throw it. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
1st and 10 at the 23-yard line.
Less than 2 minutes to play. Down to the wire we go in a 1-point game. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And able to work his way down to the 16. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining.
2nd and 3 at the 16-yard line.
So they come up on 2nd down, and they can get another run like we just saw. Would likely put an end to this thing. They toss it left side to Chubb. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. That leads us to a 1st and goal. It's a pickup of 8.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Chubb. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. A 9-yard touchdown run. And the Browns add on to their lead. So he's in for his 3rd score of the game. And the defense probably saying, man, we don't want to see this guy for a long time.
It's bad enough when anyone scores a touchdown against you, but for one person to get 3, it almost sets him apart from the rest of the game, and no one likes to see any of those players on a pedestal, not from the defensive point of view.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. they go over this type of a situation, late game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Well, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. The throw over the middle, taken in. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Give him 14 on that one, and a first down. From the gun, it's Rodgers. And his throw here is incomplete. He was looking for his running back, Aaron Jones, that time. And that'll bring up second down.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. Now a desperation, and that's caught inside the 35. Now the Packers going to burn their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 33 seconds remaining. So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Rodgers to throw. He's going to let it fly. And this one is incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
To throw is Rodgers. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Carl Joseph. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his second interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years.